Hi. I have a lot of heavy stuff on my mind. I tried to call, but I am aware it is late. So no worries. Yeah, I'm meeting my dad tomorrow, and I feel conflicted because I still harbour anger towards him. But I'm also at the same time trying to make this work. Also, I'm thinking a lot about my dance and my future and feeling immense loneliness. I feel like it's the whole world against me, and I can only depend on myself. I am aware why, thanks to our last talk, but it is still there. Also, I'm having feelings of not being worth anything, and being just a dead weight to everyone, everywhere, even at dance classes.
So arrived a message to my telephone at 9 p.m. on a Sunday evening. The message had come from a young friend, a boy of 16 years old, on the cusp of becoming a man. I wonder how many of our youth have similar feelings. I intuit it may be rather a lot. This world is no environment to bring feelings of stability, care, and intelligent direction to a young man's life. This young gentleman lives within a mind of conflict. He sees so himself. He calls it for what it is. I wonder how many of us today are putting up with and tolerating difficult emotional and thought-driven inner states without any questioning. We seem to put up silently and never discuss this elephant in all of our rooms, a feeling of inward insufficiency, rooted in our pasts, in our education, in our memories, and in our total and complete lack of understanding of how we function psychologically. School takes great pains to tell us what to think. Unfortunately, how to think is not under its remit. If we are to understand such necessary life information, we must become our own teachers. This is a sharp young man who already understands well all is not functioning naturally within. He sees inner contradictions and desires and ambitions and fears within, and he questions why. Not many do so, and yet inner difficulty continues. When walking up a mountain and carrying a heavy load, when on any long and arduous journey, demanding intelligence, demanding an ability to see and to ascertain, and to find one's own way to the point of destination and safety, it is incumbent not to stop. Keep moving on. Otherwise, how does one reach where one seeks to reach? But if the mountain one is climbing has not been studied well, if there is no map of the terrain, if I have no compass, no guide, and no ability to ascertain any direction, how can I make a single move yet? If I am lost in an unknown and difficult terrain, I must first of all come to look carefully to my surroundings. Though there may be deep forest, dangerous animals, and venom-laden snakes all around, I will not be in any satisfactory position to protect myself unless I know where they are and can see them. I must awaken my ability, first of all, to see where I am. I may know very well that where I am is not where I wish to be. But where do I go from there? And have I understood well the difficulties I am experiencing in my journey into my young life? This is a young mind, like so many today, fed on classroom ambition. Become something. It seems a noble pursuit at first glance to become something, to achieve success, to become, to be looked up to in life, to have power over others, to stand above others. The battle of educated conformity to capitalism. Dance is an important feature in this young man's life, and he is good at it. He has already achieved, yet he feels no real positivity in his life from his previous achievements. It is interesting why those of us who seek so much to attain in life are often the most dissatisfied with life and seek ever to constantly attain, trying to fill a bucket which is ever emptying through the very act of trying to fill it. Billionaires only continue seeking further billions. There is never a point of arrival on a journey of self-interested success, and we are all educated into self-interest. This young man is exhibiting conflicted feelings in relationship to his father, an uncertainty to life itself, at the age of 16, not yet having even completed school years. Is this not a terribly sad indictment of how pathetically limiting our educational systems, and indeed for that matter, our brutally divisive approach to life of capitalism actually is? This boy, this young man, is coming of age to finish school, and his mind is a complete mess. Has school failed, or has it succeeded in its aims? On surface glance, it would seem schooling is indeed a noble pursuit. But schooling places within all our brains a similar structure to the structure we are held within our school years. When we sit in front of a teacher and must accept the imparted knowledge, we are being disciplined and conditioned to follow in life the ideology and leadership of an authority. When we are taught to compete and battle against our peers, we are being led into the competitive and brutal battling existence of a capitalist marketplace. When we study over and over again for class exams for at least 12 years, we are being conditioned to living in time. And when we are rewarded for passing class tests, we identify our entire being with an inner movement of concentrated memory. Our brains are becoming accustomed to life as being a sense of moving towards a goal and of achieving that goal, and forever living in concentrated memory following an authority. Concentrated memory is the movement of our daily thinking. A habitual, limiting movement to life educated deeply into the brain cells of every child through the incessant repetitive discipline of forever having to remain within a state of constant concentrated memory. Memory is thought in movement. We are being educated to develop, live and function within a very small and deeply limited field of inner knowledge, and to develop and build upon that structure in life. This is a mechanism which keeps everyone firmly in their place. It is a limitation to all life. Rooted there, held tightly bound by knowledge. This knowledge is the foundation of the movement of our thinking. And we have all been deeply educated to become something, meaning to move in time towards a desired end. This is the dance this young man speaks of, a passion to his life, yet a limitation also, a continuing movement demanding ambitious pursuit. Dance, to this young man, is related to his ideology of scholastic achievement, an ideology learned in school, that the purpose of life is to become, to push, to achieve, to reach the maximum. This pattern is everywhere in our world, inner and outer. We are all trying to make things better, to become something, to reach, to arrive. But where are we arriving at? If we make a plan in life to move towards, are we not repeating what is already past? If we know already where we are moving towards, have we not already been there? Are we not now moving in life from what we know towards what we know? Well, treading the same monotonous path, no matter how interesting initially, this is still highly limited and repetitive behaviour, ever bring us to anything other than a sense of boredom and frustration? Does seeking to always be successful not remove from life the beauty of the action itself? Why do we focus so much on success but fail to see its ever-present counterpart, failure? These go together, always. In seeking success, we are therefore regularly bringing a sense of failure to our lives. If I shoot a bow at a target and my passion is to shoot a bow, I will do so to the very best of my abilities. But the moment I seek a prize from my shooting, I shall shake so much that I shall be practically impotent to even hit the target. And so, a mind seeking to become a giant in life is a trembling and miserable wreck. It seeks to fulfill, and yet the fulfilling is so important that it blinds the eyes to even seeing the target. Ambition brings fear, frustration, and subsequently feelings of insufficiency and inward pain to our lives. Feelings of not having worth come from a desire of needing to find worth. A young mind, unaware of its own movements, of its own patterns of mechanically educated living, is highly limited. It seeks its successes in life as conditioned to aim for. However, it is completely ignorant of the functionality of the organ which is seeking it, and now following an educated pattern of psychological conformity to a god of becoming, our young minds can be nothing other than lost. I wonder what value society sees today in our floundering planet, in continuing to conform the lives of our youths to a blind indifference towards other human beings and passionate mountainous self-interest towards their own pursuits. We have other pressing issues today than what we are all to become in our futures. Our planet is deeply suffering, and its suffering is being caused exactly by our individual, accumulative, educated, ambitious pursuits. In life and death, is the small not of the same nature as that of the large, and the large the same as the small? Is this young, intelligent man deeply concerned with his own awareness of his own inner insufficiency, not only displaying and conveying the absolute truth? That the true purpose of his education has been to set a structure of conformity to a patterned approach to life, demanding that he obey and follow authority and conform his life to the traditional god of success. Success is ideology. Life is not ideology. Living is never found in any future. It is found in eyes and ears turned only towards this present moment. An ambitious mind has no vision for such living. Its purpose is in its achievements, and so life becomes forgotten. And that which once brought great joy to life now becomes a means to fulfill my conforming educated ideology of success. The joy of dance is lost in the success of dance. This young man will find his way in life. Of that I am certain, for he has a questioning mind and can already see that this mind is not functioning in a manner conducive to adding to a beneficial quality to his life. Like so many of us, his education and subsequent pursuit into success has been nothing other than a deep limitation to his life. That which was promised to help him on the road to success has only removed his view from the dance he once loved and brought frustration to his life in his now judgmental attitude towards his own abilities. Success must know itself for what it is, and it knows itself in contrast against the failure of others. Care is seldom to be found in this world for this very reason. We all seek change in this world, and God knows change is needed. Success is a becoming, which is an attempt to change from what I am to what I wish to be. This is our educated understanding of how change functions truthfully in our lives, and this is a mistaken approach. If I travel on seeking to change what I am now into what I shall be, I carry what I am with me. Therefore, where is the change? Does change come from planned out thinking? From aiming for change? Or does change only come unasked for, with a complete understanding of that which has prevented it? Change surely demands that that which came before has now ended. Otherwise, where is the change? Our pursuits of success are lonely, isolated, and fearful journeys. For every success in this world, there are at least 1,000 failures. Perhaps the greatest of all successes is to be found in never stepping 1 foot forward, seeking it out in the first place. But a mind now conditioned to success must understand this limitation of its life, which, if left non-understood, can only lead to further misery and emotional upset. The mind must begin to look into itself and to come to an understanding of its own educated structures of educated thinking. And perhaps this journey, although inevitably arduous, although walking against all energies in this divided world of immense knowledge, not understanding of a single thing, may be difficult. It may remain that the only true success is in investigating, seeing, and therefore understanding, and ending our educated inner desire for it.